Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week Wisdom and Legacy Building podcast. This is day 424 of our trek, and today is Motivation Monday. Every Monday, we'll hike the trails of life that will encourage and motivate you to live the rich and satisfying life this week. Today, we'll explore the 15 practical lessons to live by. We are broadcasting from our studios at Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. The day this episode originally airs will be Labor Day in the United States, which is a day set aside to remember the working-class laborer who has been an integral part in building our country. We will also be heading back to Marietta for this week. Paula is having a few of our Charlotte area friends up to the Big House for a quilting outing and to watch the fireworks display at the Marietta Annual Sternwheel Festival. Since Marietta was built on the confluence of the Muskingum and Ohio rivers, sternwheelers and river traffic are a big part of the town's heritage. The fireworks display on Saturday night rivals the best displays anywhere. We do usually try to make it to the festival whenever possible. It's great to be able to get together with family and friends and to share life together. This is usually fairly easy for most of us to do. What is not easy, though, is to treat other people well who may not like us or treat us well. As I was thinking about this, it brings to mind the words that Jesus spoke in his message that we refer to as the Golden Rule. As we break camp for today and head out on today's trek, let's look at the 15 practical guidelines to live by. As part of Jesus' teaching, one principle that it is hard for all of us to grasp is to love those who do not love us, and yet, as much as humanly possible, we should endeavor to do so. In Luke chapter 6, verses 27 through 31, Jesus said, "But to you who are willing to listen, I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who hurt you. If someone slaps you on one cheek, offer the other cheek also. If someone demands your coat, offer your shirt also. Give to anyone who asks, and when things are taken away from you, don't try to get them back. Do to others as you would like them to do to you." This last verse, "do to others as you would like them to do to you," is considered the golden rule. And all of us, I believe, like to think that we can follow it, but do we follow the verses that precede it? I love the simplicity of the golden rule and a closely related verse that sums up the entire Bible, which is Galatians chapter 5, verse 14. For the whole law can be summed up with this one command: love your neighbor as yourself. It is true. The rule of treating others as you would like to be treated in their place will ultimately lead to your own happiness. Let's say that you apply the golden rule to all your interactions with other people. In doing so, you'll help your neighbors, you treat your family with kindness, you go the extra mile when helping co-workers, and you might even help strangers in need. And if you're really stretching it, you may even help those who have not been kind to you. Treating people in this way will undoubtedly be good for the people that you help and are kind to, but you'll also notice an interesting result because of it. People will start treating you better. Beyond that, though, you will find a growing satisfaction with yourself, a belief in yourself, knowledge that you love yourself properly and are making an impact on your world while you are creating your living legacy. The truth is, on a day-to-day basis, living by the golden rule will make you a better person. It'll make you happier. It will make the community that you live in a better place. With this in mind, let's look at the 15 practical guidelines to live by each day. The first guideline is to practice empathy. Make it your habit to try to see the world through the eyes and minds of other people, and this includes any persons, loved ones, co-workers, and people you meet on the street. Really try to understand, to the extent that you can, what it's like to be them, what they are going through, and exactly why they do what they do. The second guideline is practice compassion. Once you can understand another person and feel what they are going through, then, when possible, take some small action to somehow help them in some other way. The third practical guideline is, how would you want to be treated? The golden rule doesn't necessarily mean you treat someone else exactly as you would want them to treat you. It means that you should try to imagine how they want to be treated, and then do that. So when you see through the eyes of others, ask yourself how you think they would want to be treated, and then ask yourself how you would want to be treated if you were in the exact same situation. Guideline number 4, be kind. When in doubt, follow this guideline. It's always good to be kind toward others. Of course, there are many times where others won't react properly to your kindness, and you should be aware of this, but this should not dissuade you. Who doesn't like to be treated with kindness, feel welcomed, and appreciated? Guideline number 5, be helpful. This is one of the weaknesses of our society. Sure, there are many people that will go out of their way to be helpful, and that is great. but most of us have the tendency to keep to ourselves, to ignore the problems of others. So don't be blind to the needs or troubles of others. Look for ways that you can help them even before you're asked to. Guideline number 6, be courteous in traffic. Another weakness in our society and many other societies around the world is that we're just not courteous anymore. Think of the many times when you're selfish when you're out driving. We don't want to give up the right of way. We cut people off. We honk at them, and we may even curse at them. We feel that where we're going is more important than other drivers. Perhaps it's the isolation of the automobile. Most people don't act that rude in person, so be courteous in traffic. Guideline number 7, listen to others. Another weakness that we have is that most people love to talk, especially about themselves, and very few of us really want to listen. So turn that around and take time to actually listen to another person, rather than just waiting for your turn to talk. It will also go a long way in helping to understand other people. Guideline number 8, overcome prejudice. We all have our prejudices. We can't deny this. Whether it's based on skin color, attractiveness, height, age, gender, ethnicity, or religion. Try to see each person as an individual human being made in God's image, with different background, needs, and dreams. Then try to see the commonalities that you have with that person despite your differences. Guideline number 9, stop criticism. Most of us have the tendency to criticize others, whether it's people we know or people we see on TV or in other situations. However, ask yourself if you'd like to be criticized in that person's situation. The answer is always no. So hold back your criticism and instead learn to interact with people in a positive way. Guideline number 10, don't control others. It is also rare that people really want to be controlled. I know that I certainly do not. So don't try to control others. This is a difficult thing, especially if we're conditioned to try to control others. But when you do get the urge to control, see yourself through their eyes. You would want the freedom, autonomy, and trust, wouldn't you? So give it to others. Guideline number 11, be a child. The urge to control and criticize is especially strong when we are adults dealing with children. In some cases, it is necessary during their formative years, but disciple them with love. Remember what it's like to be a child, to be criticized and controlled. You probably didn't like it when it happened to you, so think about how would you like to be treated if you were a child. Guideline number 12, start each day right. Put a note on your mirror, refrigerator, or email yourself a daily reminder of do to others as you would like them to do to you. Repeat it throughout the day, and even have pop-up reminders so that it becomes part of the very fabric of your life. Guideline number 13, rise above retaliation. We all have a tendency to strike back when we're treated badly. This is natural for us, but resist that urge. The golden rule isn't about retaliation. In fact, the verses preceding it teaches us quite the opposite. It's about treating other people well, despite how they treat you. Does this mean that you should be a doormat, be physically or emotionally abused? No, you do have to protect yourself from spiritual, emotional, and physical harm, so you can do it in a way that still treats other people properly. And don't strike back just because they treated you badly first. Remember, Jesus is wise, but very difficult to follow advice to turn the other cheek. Guideline number 14, be a change agent. Gandhi famously told us to be the change that we want to see in the world. We often think about this quote as applying to some sort of grand changes, such as an end to poverty, racism, or violence. Our changes may result in this eventually, but it starts out on a much smaller scale, within all the small interactions between people. Do you want people to treat each other with more kindness and compassion? Well, then let it start with you. Even if the world doesn't change, at least you have changed. And then guideline number 15. Notice how it makes you feel. Notice how your actions affect others, especially when you start treating them with kindness, compassion, respect, trust, and love. But also notice the change in yourself. How do you feel about yourself? Are you happier, more secure, more willing to trust others now that you trust yourself? These changes come slowly and in small increments, but if you do pay attention, you'll see them in yourself. Today on our trek, we explored the 15 practical guidelines to live by, based on the Golden Rule. So take time to apply them to your life and see how it changes you and the impact that you have on your world. Tomorrow's short trek will be part of our Wisdom Unplugged series that we are now hiking on Tuesdays and Thursdays. These 2 to 3 minute wisdom supplements will assist you on becoming healthy, wealthy, and wise throughout your entire week. So encourage your friends and family to join us, and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person when you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. If you'd like to listen to any of the past daily treks, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. And don't forget to subscribe to Wisdom Trek so that each day will be downloaded to you automatically. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com, and thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.